Hey there everyone, this is Mystic Fish, and welcome to our playthrough of Factorio Deathworld Marathon. This is episode 66. And let's talk about what is going on here. So as you can see, we have the robots are slowly upgrading all of the assemblers in the factory to assembly machine 3s. We continue to be attacked. It looks like we need some dragon teeth right there. So let's go get some of those. Here are some. So we'll grab those, come back over here, and install them right about there. Okay. Very nice. Where else are we getting attacked? Over here. Looks like we need some of our diagonal dragon teeth up here. So we'll put those about there. Okay, what else is going on? We're getting attacked up here. That one's okay. All right, what are we going to do? We are working towards yellow science, and I think we said last episode we had all of the smelting we needed for yellow science, which we did get set up over here. So that's good stuff. However, there's a couple things I think before we can really get going on the build out for yellow science that we need to cover still. So one is I realize we're going to need to go get some more coal for the plastic. But then I think we also want to come back in and revisit our oil processing here. So I think that's what we're going to do today. So let's get started on that. So let's take a look. Let's see. We got some stuff getting attacked here. All right, so let's get some more diagonal dragon teeth down here just to spruce things up a little bit. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, so let's see, map-wise. All right, so if my calculations are right, we're going to need 9 refineries with beacons, productivity modules, and beacons to sort of keep up with everything. Because we're going to need sulfuric acid for blue circuits, we're going to need petroleum gas to make plastic. So there is... we're going to need some more of that stuff. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is, we need 2 more. So let's take a look. We're short stone bricks. So let's go get some stone bricks. All right, here's some. Let's grab 1 and then, oops. Oh, they went into the trash. Okay, so we got to fix that. We should allow ourselves to have some stone bricks. Here, we could take these back out. Okay, 2, and then we can put you back to, I don't want no stone bricks no more. So, okay, that will work. Let's see. The other thing we're going to want to do is extend our Roboport range down here, so that we have construction coverage of the whole oil area here. So that's good. We'll get that going here. You need power. Okay. All right, so let's get these 2 other refineries set up. And I think we're going to end up revamping all of this solid fuel stuff. So I'm going to just pick this all up for a second. And because we've got plenty sort of backed up on for smelting at the moment. Although I guess we can route the coal back around. We're not currently researching anything, so we shouldn't have as high of a smelting requirement at the moment, and so we should be able to rely on just sort of what's on the belts, at least for a little bit. Okay, so let's get this stuff up. All right, so let's get these detached. We will get all right, 2 more refineries. Let's pick this up. There we go. All right, there's the oil. Here comes the water. Alright, that's water in there. Let's extend our sort of main bus of oil products down here. Okay. Let's see, we are going to need another tank. So I was thinking, since we did actually go back and research the circuit network, we can actually go and apply that, I think, to the oil processing, just to sort of optimize things a little bit. So we will be doing that today as we go. So, okay, so that, whoops, that's not it. There you go. So, all right, so that gets that all plugged in. All right, so one of the things that we're also going to want to do is get going with beacons and stuff. So let's go get some of what we are going to need here. So we're going to need productivity modules to actually go into the processing units like the refineries and the chemical plants. And then we're going to need speed modules and beacons. And so I'm going to need 2 speed modules. Come here. Here's 1 and here's 2. Great. And then I'm going to need, let's see, the prod modules in here. And then I'm going to need at least 1 beacon, which I think we're making up here. Yeah, here's beacons. All right, so let's get a stack of beacons, or 4 is fine, because we're just going to do it with ghosts and let the bots fill it in over time. Okay, so let's get down here. Let's always, all right, what are we doing here? All right, so we have some busy bots, I think, putting up dragon teeth around the walls. Okay. All right, so let's start by laying down here. Let's get all of the speed modules out of here, because these are going to need to be productivity modules. Because we'll be putting the speed modules in the beacons. Whoops. Let me go there. And there. All right, let's just get all the speed modules out. All right, and then now we can get these the rest of the way. All right, so that's good. Okay, so now we want to lay out the beacons. Okay, so let's get a beacon. We want this sort of even on the corner, and you are going to get speed modules, and then we're going to copy you. This needs to get out of the way. So we're gonna just get all of the beacons. That still covers a corner. Okay. Then we can copy all of these, and we can paste them over here, which we just need to fix this one at the top, because this power pole is in the way. All right, so bots will fill all that stuff in. So that is good. All right, now we're gonna need something similar over here. So let's pick this up. So let's get the lubricant in there, and then we're gonna want we'll put the beacons for the chem plants in a minute. Okay, so we do want this pump pumping the petroleum gas out. That prioritizes that going up to the factory. All right, next let's get the old rate calculator out here. So these are going to be producing, let's see, per second. Okay, these are going to be producing 42 oil per second, heavy oil per second. So that's okay. So that means we need to make sure that we have enough of this that we can crack. No, that's not what I wanted. Undo that. All right, so what is the rate of one of these? No, that's not what I wanted either. I want this rate calculator. All right, so you are consuming 22, so we do need 3. Okay, so that's fine. All right, let's get the Speed modules out of you. Yeah, we'll get the productivity modules back in. Okay, so, all right, as far as the heavy oil goes, what we want to do is, let's see, we're going to need to make sure we have space for the beacons. So we're going to want to do something like this, so we can fit the beacons in here. All right, so that's what we want. So we're going to want beacons covering this guy. We're going to need to move this probably like this. All right, and we have to move this. Okay, that covers the heavy oil cracking. Okay, great. All right, next thing, let's get this stuff out of the way because I think we're going to need to move some of this. All right, so the other thing that we're going to need to produce is we're going to need to get ready for the light oil cracking. And so, light oil for the rocket fuel. So I think what we're going to want to do for that is, let's see, do I have a pump or do I need to get a pump? I can make a pump. Oh, I have pumps. Okay, great. All right, so we'll pump you out here, and that will be where the light oil goes to make rocket fuel, so that will be good. All right, so now let's get these out of the way. Okay, and we'll get productivity modules back in these. All right, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we need like 8 of these. 1, 2. All right, so you need those recipes, you need the prod modules, you need these, you need light oil coming in. And good, that fits. Then we need the water coming in like so. And then this needs to, I guess we gotta come down one more. We need, let's just get this as far over as we can, which it was. Okay, so that's what we need. All right, okay, so that's all of that. Then we can copy these and just run these down the side here. Okay, and same thing on the other side. Okay, so those will get filled in over time. Okay, so then the last thing I think we need now, I think we need the, this is where we need the, here's where we're going to need some of the pumps and stuff. So, so one thing is we may need to slide this north a little bit because we actually only want the heavy oil cracking happening in certain cases. So we are going to need to move this up. All right, put you back. Let's connect that back up there. Okay, so I think what we want is we need a pump. Let's pick you off of here. Whoops. All right, let's get, where's our pumps? Pumps. Well, I could copy you. Okay, this will work okay. This we're gonna put a circuit on eventually. So that we can have this only run when we want it to run. Okay, so that's good. And then we are going to want something similar down here. Let's get you connected again like that. You need to come from the light oil, for which this is not where we want this to go. I guess we can do this instead. And then we can go run you over here. We'll put another power pole there. And you, this will be actually where the light oil comes out. And then here is where we will route this into, nope, that wasn't right. We need this to go like this. Okay, so that way we can make sure that the light oil cracking into petroleum gas only runs when we run it to run. Okay. All right, so let's see, where is a good place to stick our tanks? It seems like down here would work okay. All right, so we can put one of them here and one of them here and the other one here. And we're going to need some of these guys. All right, so we'll connect you there, we'll connect you there, and we'll connect you there. All right, so what we want is some circuit network business here. So we're going to connect a green wire to here. That will tell us how much petroleum gas we have in there. We will also check on the light oil and we'll check on the heavy oil. Now, to do a couple of calculations, we are going to need a couple of these guys here. So one will be for the heavy oil and one will be for the light oil. And so what we want to do is we want to say, give me the heavy oil and multiply it by 100. And then we're going to turn that into H. And this is so that we can compute percentages here. So we will take U from here, and then we will take, let's see, we need some more green. And then we'll take the H into our info line, and then we'll do something similar down here with the light oil. So we'll say light oil comes in here, and take the light oil and multiply it by 100. And we'll call that L. Okay. All right, good. And then that needs to come back out from here into here. And then we just need to make sure we're powering these combinators, which this whole business needs power. Where are we going to get that? How about over here? Okay, so what do we have on here? All right, so we've got, yes, the L and the H are 100 times the light oil and the heavy oil. So that's what we want. Okay. So now we need to run this north. Hello. I want to run you north. Up to these pumps. Okay. So we're going to need actually a bunch of green wire here. Okay, so we'll run this from here. Up to, let's call it here. All right, so all those signals should be here, yes. And actually we're gonna get 2 more signals here. So the first one we're going to do is we are going to compute, we're going to take that H and we're gonna divide it by light oil. And so this is, we're going to call this the ratio R. Okay, and so essentially what we've done is we're basically dividing heavy oil by light oil and calling that a percentage or a ratio, because we multiply it by 100 and then divide by the light oil, and that allows us to do it as a percentage. And then we'll do something similar with, we'll take the light oil that was multiplied by 100, we'll divide it by the petroleum gas, and we'll call that S, just because it's after R. Okay, so to do that, we're going to take this into here, and then the output can go back into there. And then we're going to take this from here, and then we'll put the output here. Okay, and that should give us some ratios, right? So let's just double check this. So ratio, the R is about 50%. So we should see about half of the heavy oil as we do light oil. That looks about right. And 75% as much light oil as petroleum gas is the S. So that all looks right. Okay, good. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to take a look at this recipe here. So where is this? All right, so as we can see, the advanced oil processing produces heavy oil, light oil, petroleum gas in certain ratios. And so if we want that to actually just be able to run consistently, that's actually the ratios that we want to have on sort of the output. So if it's balanced. Now, if we're consuming different amounts, that's where the cracking comes in. And so for example, one of the things that we can see here is that heavy oil at 25 and light oil at 45, that is a ratio of, if we do that math real quick, so if I do 25 divided by 45, that's about 0.56. So what that means is we only want this cracking to happen here. Let's see, I'm gonna need a couple more of these. So if we get the signals coming across here and into here, so we only want you to run if that ratio is greater than 56. Meaning we have more heavy oil compared to light oil than is present in our sort of the natural ratio that comes out of the advanced oil processing. And then similarly, what we want is, I guess we can stick this here. We only want the light oil cracking to petroleum gas to happen. What's the ratio here? So where was that ratio? Here it is. So the ratio here is 45 to 55. So 45 divided by 55 is 0.82. So we only want this cracking to happen if that second ratio, which we called S, is greater than 82. Okay. And then finally, the last thing that we're going to need is we're going to need, I think we're actually going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure. So here we're going to do the solid fuel cracking from petroleum gas, because one of the things that could happen is we could have an excess here, which it seems like we're about to get to that point. And here we want the last, let's see, pipe into here to be active. Let's see. Let's get a little more room here. All right, so we're going to want to route you, I think. Well, the power pole's in the way, but that's okay. Oh, I don't want that one. Okay, gotta figure out where to squeeze this guy in. Okay, we're gonna just fix this like so. We'll make sure that our green wire is still connected. Okay. And then we can say, okay, I want the petroleum gas to come in from here. We're going to put a pump on you, and then we will route you south like this, and then we can get get you all connected. You will be this cracking We really only need the solid fuel as a backup to the coal for the smelting, but it can also be a relief valve for extra petroleum gas. To do this, we want to go like so, and we'll get our green wire here. And we will say you're only going to be connected if we are starting to build up an excess of petroleum gas. So it will say if you have more than 5,000 petroleum gas in reserve, then start cracking it into solid fuel. Okay, so that takes care of that. We're going to need power down here. And that gets that going. That should alleviate. And I think we do not need the beacons for this stuff. We just need output. Okay. Okay, and now here's where we need to combine this stuff here. So we'll route you like this, and we'll turn you and come down here. And then this is where we want this, and we want input priority right. So we want to prioritize the solid fuel for a couple of reasons. One, to save the coal, and secondarily to let's see, so we're going to need to split this stuff here. Secondarily, because that's our relief valve for too much petroleum gas. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll get a splitter. Some of you can go there, and some of you can come up here to the smelting. All right, and that should take care of that. And you are done, so let's pick you up. So that is all of the starting ore patches are done officially. I mean, I guess it was done a while ago, but that is good stuff. Okay, so we can go ahead and clean the rest of this up, and then we'll get our smelting going again. All right, how are we doing here? All right, so I think that will get us going. It looks like we need to power some of the beacons here, though, so let's go get those plugged in real quick. I guess we can go like this, and then down the outside. These will slowly fill in with speed modules. Let's see, we need to power these over here. Right, what's missing power over here? You're missing one. You folks are missing some, and then looks like we need one more there, which I think the bots can provide for us. Okay, so I think that will be oil fixed, and let's just come back up here. In order for that to work, we are going to have to turn on the or put the storage module back for, all right, what are we out of here? Yeah, we're out of speed modules, but we are making good progress here. So let's just split the output of the speed modules between going down to assembly machine 3s and being produced to fill in the beacons. Okay, so that I think is where we'll leave things for right now. We will be set up to manufacture rocket fuel over here, and prioritizing light oil, and meanwhile everything else should be staying pretty balanced, hopefully. If we look at this, we got 6.2 petroleum gas. We're a little light on the light oil, and we're a little light on the heavy oil, and that I think is okay, because we're not actively using it. We're pumping it, pretty much pumping it all up here. Let's make sure that we should see all of our cracking going. which we do because we're not... Oh, we didn't put the lubricant back. We need to fix that real quick. All right, where do we go? That is important because we will need that for sure. Is this where the lubricant was? Yeah. All right, so we can just stick a... we can stick one here. We can get a... You're going to make lubricant. We'll extend you a little further north. We need one more pump, which we want here. And then you will connect down like so. If we get close enough. Go one more north, then we can always be prioritizing the heavy oil into the lubricant. And then we just need output to our lubricant going north. All right. And that should be oil fixed. All right, so we're always prioritizing. Are we full on petroleum? Yes. Light oil is not really being used except to be cracked into petroleum. So that is okay. And we really only need to process enough of this to keep the lubricant full, which it is. So I think that is all working. And we're cracking the rest of the heavy oil into light oil. We're cracking the light oil that we have into petroleum gas and then using the petroleum gas. And then down here, we can see we are now holding steady and we're not producing the sort of outlet of the solid fuel. So I think that is working as intended. All right, folks, so we're going to call that an episode. I think next episode we'll work on getting some coal in for the plastic for yellow science. And let's take a quick check on the attacks down here. That seems to all be working well, although we are out of ammo on a belt here. That is the northern belt. I'm going to go fix that real quick while we're driving. But I think next episode we'll go get that coal. Let's see, we need some yellow ammo. We'll get that coal going, and then depending on how much time, we'll get started on building out the yellow science stuff. So that will be exciting. Okay, so, but in the meantime, let's run the ammo up. We do have to make sure we are continuing our defenses here, especially because evolution is going to continue. In fact, where is evolution right these days? 0.88 still, so we're getting closer to that 0.9, which is when the behemoth biters show up. So we want to make sure we are keeping ammo and stuff. We're building dragon teeth as we go, just as we're sort of being prompted by the attacks that we have a chance to pay attention to. Okay, I think that is going to be it for us, friends. So let me reset myself back into the base because that's a good starting and ending position. And good episode today. Completely refactored the oil processing, so I'm very happy about that, to have gotten that done. We've got it beaconized, so we should be set, I think, for oil processing for the rest of the game. So that, or the rest of the run through. So that's good stuff. But we'll call that an episode now for sure. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And until then, bye.